Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call, where you make the call at 412-575-2600. That's the number to call here on the Borders and Borders hotline. Bob Pompeani in studio tonight with Ron Cook of the Post-Gazette and 93.7 The Fan. And we are talking about Game 6, a potential elimination game. Although, Ron, we saw two of those in the Capitals series, and the Penguins let them slip away, and that forced a Game 7. And at that point, everyone had switched over and thought, well, the Caps are going to win this, and it didn't happen as the Penguins played maybe their best game of the postseason until yesterday, because yesterday was as good as it gets, I think.
Yeah, you never know, Bob. I'm not a big believer in momentum carrying over from hockey game to hockey game. You know, we saw the Penguins lose, 5-6 to Washington, 6 real bad at home. Then they go to Washington and win. We saw them go to Ottawa for Game 3 and look horrible, and then come back and win Games 4 and 5. So you never know. I would expect Ottawa's going to play a great game tomorrow. I like to think the Penguins are the better team and will find a way to prevail, but nothing will surprise me. If it comes back here for Game 7 Thursday, wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Well, to support that point of yours right there, we saw in the Edmonton
7-0, right?
Anaheim series, 7-0, and then the team that scored 7 lost the next game.
Hopefully that won't happen this time.
No, but you never know how it's going to go, and all it takes is one goal early to change the momentum of one game. Meanwhile, tonight, the Nashville Predators looked like they were just about 20 minutes away from 17 minutes away, actually, to getting to the Stanley Cup Finals, their first ever. They had a 3-1 lead. Anaheim has been relentless tonight. They don't have John Gibson. It's Jonathan Bernier. And Ron, they're out shooting them now 49-17. It's a 3-3 game, and Anaheim is on the power play. And if they win, they force a Game 7 back to Anaheim.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you would think Nashville's big shot here at home. I'm sure they don't want to go back to Anaheim, but they won the game the other night in Anaheim. So, you know, I don't think the Penguins are afraid to play in Washington or anywhere else. I don't think either of these teams. If Nashville has to go to Anaheim, they very easily could win Game 7, but I'm sure they don't want to make that trip across country one more time.
It's amazing the Penguins get so much good production out of players that you really wouldn't have expected that at the beginning of the season. We see Connor Sheary's a healthy scratch, and it's understandable. He's really struggling. So they put together a line of Bonino with Carter Rowney on it, and also Scott Wilson.
Brian Rust was on that yesterday.
Brian Rust. Yeah, Brian Rust. Anyway, Scott Wilson was my point. I wanted to get into him today because I knew that the NHL Department of Player Non-Safety would not do anything. And I don't understand where they sit on these issues, because it seems like there are headshots after headshots. So once again today, Ron, nothing from that department. And
that was incredibly flagrant. He went out of his way with the forearm elbow to Wilson's head. Now, you know, Mike Sullivan today said that Wilson's fine.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. It was a brutal, vicious shot, and I can't believe there's not supplemental discipline. I thought, you know, people were screaming that Niskanen, because he hit Sidney, you know, he deserved punishment. I thought this hit was much worse than Niskanen on Crosby. At least Crosby was off balance, falling into Niskanen. This guy went out of his way to elbow Wilson in the head. It was awful.
Especially because it came in a 7-0 whitewash when the game was about to end. So it made no sense, and yet they did nothing about it. Nothing surprises me anymore with them. Pirates are in action tonight, and Garrett Cole, who doesn't get much run support, didn't again tonight. But his problem was he could not make the pitches when he needed to. Matt Adams hit a bomb against him. Brandon Phillips hit a home run, and they're currently losing 5-2 as that game is being played in the 8th inning. So we have a lot to talk about. Let us know what you think. And tomorrow, by the way, is the first day of Steeler OTAs, organized team activities, and Martavis Bryant is supposed to be their first practice since he was suspended for the entire season. And so far, he's been a tremendous model citizen in terms of not getting into any trouble in this offseason, which I thought was going to be his most difficult assignment, and he passed that one. We'll see what happens moving forward. We'll take a break, come back with your calls. It's 412-575-2600 right here live on the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call. It's the Borders and Borders hotline. Back after this.